So this week for Movie Monday, we're talking about underrated films. And so I decided just to narrow it down a little bit more and talk about underrated Disney films. So this is going to be really fun for my 5 films. So the first film that I wanted to talk about for Movie Monday is we're going to talk about The Rocketeer.
Touch one hair on her head, I swear I'll...
Shoot him! We've got the girl. The rocket will come to us.
I love her, Peeve. Does she know that? She's gonna find out.
Let him have it! Hand over the rockets!
The Rocketeer.
And this movie is set in the 1930s, and it's directed by Joe Johnston, who directed the Captain America First Avenger. And I think you can really see the similar influences in both films. This film is pretty simple. It's about this stunt pilot named Cliff, who ends up getting this Rocketeer pack, kind of, from that these gangsters are kind of after, that they want. And he ends up becoming kind of a superhero because he has this rocket pack, and he sort of rescues people, and he's sort of fighting these gangsters, and he has this girlfriend played by Jennifer Connelly who's really fun, and it's just a really like sweet, simple story, and it's all contained in one movie. You don't have to know a whole universe, and so if you're tired of those kind of movies, check out The Rocketeer. I think you'd like it. Next film on my list is called The Iron Will.
Boy who faced his fears
Come near me or my team again, I'll kill you outright.
and rallied a nation
It's Stoneman. It's not possible.
to believe
Attaboy, we'll give him something to talk about back home.
in a dream. Iron Will.
And this is about a kid named Will in 1917 who ends up racing basically like the Iditarod of the era in these sled dog race, and he's trying to earn money to save his family farm and to go to college. And he has this reporter who's sort of following him, played by Kevin Spacey, and it's just really heartwarming and really fun, and a good story, well told. And I think that I'll probably do it for family movie night one of these days. I'll probably do all these movies for family movie night one of these days. Next up is The North Avenue Irregulars.
I'm not gonna let a preacher and some dingling dames ruin our business.
When organized crime hits their town,
What did you have in mind, Tiger?
these ladies hit back and become the North Avenue Irregulars, who meet big-time crime head-on.
Who would suspect a bunch of dingling dames?
Nobody does it like the North Avenue Irregulars from Walt Disney Productions.
And this movie is so funny. If you like just silly sort of physical comedy, slapstick, I think you really enjoy this movie. And it has this huge array of stars, particularly these female comedians of the era. In this movie, it has Barbara Harris, Susan Clark, Karen Valentine, Cloris Leachman, Patsy Kelly, Virginia Capers, Melora Hardin, and Ruth Buzzy. And these women are so funny. I particularly love Cloris Leachman. She's hilarious in it. She's this woman who like really loves her nails. And there's this scene where all of her nails get chipped off, and she's like, ah. She's like this fiery woman. It's about this reverend who comes into town. He's played by Edward Herrmann of Gilmore Girls fame. You recognize him. And he comes in and he decides to take on this organized crime gambling syndicate that is ripe in their town. And the only people that will help him to investigate with the police officers that are looking into it, the FBI, that will help him are these women in his parish. And they are so funny in their different ways that they're investigating. One of my favorite scenes is there are 3 characters that are at this spot where you place a bet, and they have a recorder in their bosom, and she turns it on, and one of it starts playing the Andrews Sisters, and they just start singing, and it's really funny. And it's silly, it's stupid, but I still think it holds up. I still watch it every now and then, and I still laugh. So if you want a good laugh, check out the North Avenue Regulars. Next up, I have The Pirate Fairy, and
Remember, right arm, left foot. Aye, Look out! Harry's! Avast, ye swabs! Hot spot!
The power of the pixie dust is ours! We're going to fly!
I can't believe my eyes!
I think all the Tinkerbell movies are underrated. I think they are well made. I think they're well animated. I think they have good voice work in all of them. I think the way that they're basically the superhero team, but for young girls, and each of the fairies has sort of their own sort of role and different unique abilities that helps them to through the stories. Pirate Fairy is just my favorite because I think it has the most winks to Peter Pan. Captain Hook's actually in this, voiced by Tom Hiddleston, which is awesome. And it's basically about this fairy named Zuniga who is feeling like she doesn't belong, like she doesn't contribute, she doesn't belong in Pixie Hollow. And so she decides to go and join up with Captain Hook, who's basically tricking her and manipulating her for her pixie dust. And so they go and they try to convince her that she is wrong, and there's just this adventure, and it's really well done and funny, and you get to see the beginnings of the crocodile, which is a lot of fun. Lastly, I would say my fifth underrated film from Disney is John Carter.
When I saw you, I believed it was a sign that something new can come into this world.
And this was directed by Andrew Stanton, who did Finding Dory, Finding Nemo. This movie was a horrible bomb at the box office. I don't know why it was so badly received. I guess it was something about the placement. I think it was up against like a Harry Potter or something like that. I don't know. But it is a movie that is got a ton of fun action and adventure, and it's a movie that the stories are the catalyst for a lot of popular franchises and fantasy. So if you like sort of space and fantasy type stories, then you'll really, I think, like John Carter. I mean, it's got epic scope to it. It's got lots of creative, creature design and alien design. And I think that Taylor Kitsch is fine in the role. I think maybe it might have done better if they'd had somebody a little bit more famous, but I don't know. I just think it's worth checking out. People think it's like a horrible movie. It's really not. So I have John Carter as number 5. So that's my 5 underrated Disney films. What are 5 of your underrated Disney films? Put in the comment section. And thanks so much. Please subscribe to my channel, and I will talk to you later. Bye!